In 2006, Yamaha borrowed the engine from their all-utility Kodiak 450, combined it with the lighter weight chassis of their all-utility Bruin 350, added in some sporty suspension, and came up with a light and nimble handling Wolverine 450. The next year, we took our Wolverine 450 and put it through some of the best and worst that the seasons of southern Ohio and northern Kentucky have to offer. Over the course of our long-term test, the Wolverine 450 proved itself to be right at home on the tight technical trails found in this part of the United States. The 450 is able to entertain riders of all ability levels and provides superb reliability with a minimum amount of maintenance. After spending so much time befriending the Wolverine 450, we thought before we gave the machine back to Yamaha that we'd give it one more go-round and see what the aftermarket could do to make the Wolverine an even more capable trail machine. To keep things affordable for the average trail rider, we decided to limit our Wolverine's modifications to exhaust and suspension. HMF's slip-on Sports Series silencer features a removable spark arrestor and shaves about 7 pounds off the machine. Although it didn't come with any jetting instructions, we wound up going up one size on the main jet and playing around with the air screw to finish dialing in our machine's jetting with the HMF exhaust. The biggest performance advantages were enjoyed with the spark arrestor removed, where our machine felt freer revving and seemed to pull harder from mid-range to top end. Although it could still churn its way through deep muddy ruts with no problem, we did notice a slight loss in horsepower right off 5. For maximum acceleration with the HMF's power characteristics, we'd recommend switching to an aftermarket exhaust with a higher RPM engagement, such as the one sold by EPI. With the HMF exhaust installed, you can really hear the Wolverine 450 coming in the woods, and noise is one feature we didn't like about this pipe. When we made our switch to aftermarket suspension, we wanted high-quality components without a high-end retail price. Works Performance dual-rate G-Series front shocks gave us the quality of components we were looking for, although we decided to forego the compression and rebound adjustability to help keep costs down. For the back shock, we took a step up with a remote reservoir unit that was fully preload compression and rebound adjustable. Through sharp rocks and roots, the G-Series front shocks were much more blush and compliant than the stock shocks they replaced. While our front end floated flawlessly through the rocky climbs at Big Rock ATV Park in Maysville, Kentucky, the rear end seemed far less compliant, even with no preload on the spring and the compression adjuster backed all the way out. No matter what bumps or jumps we took the Wolverine on, the front suspension seemed to be a step up from the stock units, while the back end was unwilling to comply to whatever we threw at it due to the fact that the rear spring was too stiff. Thanks to Works Performance 30-day ride guarantee, by the time you see this video, they should have our rear shock working as well as the fronts. If you're serious about hammering on your Wolverine, it's time and money well spent. When it comes to HMF's lighter weight Sports Series aluminum slip-on silencer, we liked its faster revving and greater top end, removable spark arrestor, durability, and good looks, although we thought the pipe was a bit too loud, and we didn't like the minor loss in low-end power. For the Works Performance G-Series shocks, we liked the front-end shock performance, high-quality components, good price point, and ride guarantee. Its only drawbacks were the rear shock spring was just a bit too stiff. For information on these products, contact HMF at hmfengineering.com or Works Performance at worksshocks.com.